welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is Finish It Friday. My, how the week flies by. I feel so behind on things. I did not get to any of my blockheads this week. I didn't do last week's, nor have I started on this week's. And I might actually start on this week's before I do last week's. Because last week's has those funny triangles in it that I don't like. Also, I have a portion of the Autumn Nights that came out. It's like 3 little blocks that are pumpkins. So I have to make those. So I feel behind on that. Plus, I know that my next mystery sampler block is coming. What is it? Fat Quarter Shop Designer Mystery. That's in the mail, coming to me. What did I do this week then? If I didn't do all that, then what did I do? Well, I cleaned my machine like I was telling you that we should do. I cleaned my machine. I cleaned my room a little bit. Got busy vacuuming up the dust and all of the dust bunnies off the floor and other places around that needed dusting. I know that didn't take too long, but at least I did that. That's a lot said. I did do this. I think I talked to you about it a little bit on Monday, that these are the cutoffs from Mark's Posy Palooza. So this turns out to be 3, 6, 9, 12, about 18 by 40, something like that, 36, I don't know. I didn't measure it. But you see, I did manage to get my little color wash kind of thing going on here, although there wasn't many teals and greens. Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do with this. I might just quilt it up, and I might put a border on it and then make a table runner out of it or something. Someone suggested I could make a tote bag out of it. I certainly could. I could quilt it up and make a tote bag out of it. Make a pretty good size one, wouldn't it? We'll see what I'll do with that. I don't have any immediate plans to finish it. I did get my rag quilt done from Wednesday's video. Wednesday's video was not watched by many people. So if you like the looks of this rag quilt here, go check out the video. You can make yourself one. This is probably also around 40 by 40, a little bit less, because I didn't make it the size I said it would. It smells good because it just came out of the wash. Not just, but there's the back. And it's just a nice slinky blanket. It's very, very cozy. And I would have to say that it's still shedding a little bit. Now, if you want to see what the edges look like, they're not really, really ragged too much just yet. But I think these are probably not going to rag much more than they are. Only the fabric ones will. So it's kind of like fleece, you know, when you do the rag fleece quilts. That's what it's like. So I didn't get the color wash on this one that I wanted, but I did on the other one. So this little blanket is ready to be used. I might give it to Blue. I might put that over there on his beanbag. He's not there. He's out gallivanting around. He's on a jaunt. So we're not going to call him in right now. He's busy. So maybe you'll see him on Monday. I know you miss him. I know you like to see him. Lots and lots of you say that you love to see him. Trying to show him a little more by putting him in the frame. But he had an appointment outside today, so I'll let him do that instead. We have some nice quilts to see in our quilt show this week, so hang on. We're going to start that right now and see what you finished for this week. Let's go. First we have Annette, and Annette has sent us a couple of pictures of some bags that she's been working on. She said she was getting a little overwhelmed with quilt making, so decided to take a break from that and try a few easy bags. And I don't know which one is which, but I'm just going to list them off just like you did here. She said she made a Santorini tote and some easy zipper cases from So Hungry Hippie out of the Tula fabrics, so we can identify those there. And then a Mondo bag by Quilt Smart, a Mia bag by Sally Tomato, a Scrappy square pouch, and a Harrelson belt bag, a Sand Hill sling bag, and a trail tote, all by Noodlehead. I really enjoyed the quilting break and learning to make some simple bags. I have a few more left to try. Well, you sure have. This is a lot of work here that you've done. I'm assuming you really enjoyed your break from quilting to do these bags. They're all very well done. I recognize some of the names. So Hungry Hippie, Sally Tomato, and Noodlehead are all big bag making companies. They provide the patterns and the hardware to do them with. I love all of these. Very good. And I also want to mention, Annette, a question I have for you. I probably should have sent this in a question to you in an email, but I'll just mention it here. You said you made your Irish chain quilt from one of my Wednesday videos, and I don't see the picture of that here. So if you want to send that again for next week, I'll feature that next week. Be glad to see it. The next one is from Sharon. Actually, Sharon has two, and these are made from the same pattern but very different from each other. She says she finished these for her granddaughters Sierra and Kimmy. The pattern is called Ambrosia by Leslie Price. Painted Pony and Quilts. Kimmy wanted black and white, and Sierra picked green and peach. I had fun making these. I see you have one completed, all quilted up, the black and white one. I like that. And then you have a peach and teal one that has yet to be quilted. They are going to love their quilts. Good job. I have one from Ellen, and she made this beautiful quilted jacket for her granddaughter. She says her granddaughter Lula wanted a patchwork jacket, and she sent a picture, and I said no, but I had a pattern for this one called Favorite Things. It's a shawl jacket by Leslie Gladman, and she said yes, and we started going through my stash. The online jacket that she showed costed $300. So she went through her stash and made one up. The lining is from a fabric she had back in the 90s during her smocking days. She used to make smocked and heirloom dresses, but those kids grew up. She said apparently patchwork clothes are an in thing. I had no idea. Lula is thrilled with her jacket, and now she wants a vest. We'll see about that. This is beautiful. It turned out great. Looks great on her as well. She says, love your channel, and I'm the one who forgot to sign my name a few months or so ago when I shared two quilts. That was the one made from fossil ferns and bubble up fabrics that 70 Acres Studio, Melissa, and Revelation Quilts Susie showed how to make on their channels. I don't remember that. Maybe some of our viewers remember that. But I love this project. Turned out great. Anja says this weekend she finished this UFO. It was a top that she made a year and a half ago. She said this is made from 5-inch and 2-inch squares. It's a free pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop called something like 4 in 4 patch or 9 patch in 4 patch. I'm not sure. It looks like 9 patches inside of 4 patches. So maybe it is called 9 patch in 4 patch. Either way, it's a very easy and nice pattern. If I make it again, I would make it a bit more color coordinated, but this is what I already had cut. So she enjoys mine and Mark's videos, and I love this quilt and the colorful backing as well, and how you piece that together. It turned out good. Dolly has a couple of things she wanted to show me that feature a flange border. Now, I mentioned last week flange border or flange binding, which these two projects that you've sent pictures on here feature a flange border. So yes, flange border is a thing, as well as flange binding. She said the bigger quilt is an older one of mine, probably the first time I added a flange border. It's pretty much like adding cording, only without the rope, and they're not just a narrow border, they're sort of a flap. So yeah, I see how you made that. It turned out really good. That flange border makes a nice effect, and then on the one with the pots, the clay pots, we see a flanged border on that. I love both these quilts. Another one here from Pat. Actually, she has two here. This is Pat from Washington State. I made two baby quilt versions of Mark's recent quilt pattern, Beyond the Fence. A very easy and fun pattern to do. I'll put backings of chenille on them. They will be donated to Project Linus. She says your husband has a very good teacher. Thanks, Pat from Washington State. Well, thank you. That would be me. And he's learning some stuff on his own as he goes too. Dolores has another Finish It Friday photo, almost identical to the one she sent last week. This one is for her first great-granddaughter, whose name is Magnolia Jane. She will be here in January 2026. Dolores made this quilt up in an all-pink version last week. You saw last week or the week before. I think it was last week. This one has some blue in it and some yellow-based greens, whereas the other one didn't. So it looks a lot alike, but it is not. It's different. Just the same pattern. She also has, getting ready for this new great-granddaughter, she's made tons of burp rags for the baby. And you see she's taken the diapers that you buy and put a nice strip in the middle to give them some pizzazz. I like that idea. Looks like most of them are made from the diapers or maybe some flannel. Good job. You've been busy. And then Susan has one. Susan says she really enjoys having lunch with me on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. She takes her lunch hour to view the videos. I think that's pretty cool. So we kind of have lunch together 3 days a week. She said this is a 3-yard quilt from Fabric Cafe. The pattern is Town Square. I added borders to make it 54 by 70, which is a perfect size for me. The beautiful floral fabric is by Art Gallery. Their fabrics are beautiful and so soft. Yes, this I know. She says, I will use fleece for the backing. I live in Southern California, so it doesn't get cold very often, so the fleece is perfect by itself. Good job. I love the print on the fabric from Art Gallery there. And then lastly, we have... Actually, not lastly, we have Donna. She's been bringing out her fall quilts and putting away the summer ones. And this is the one that she recently pulled out that she wanted to share with us. She loves this quilt. It's all flannel, including the back, which is a dark red and plaid brown flannel. It is very cozy and warm. The quilt was made from a shabby fabrics pattern called Aunt Dinah. This one is the throw size. It measures 59.5 by 71.5, but can be made much larger. The secondary designs complement the original block designs beautifully. Yes, they do. I agree, and I love this. This looks so cozy and fall-like. The last one is from Deborah. This is from the pattern Jitterbug by Pam and Nikki Lintott. Somehow it just looks like a jumble due to my poor photo. No, it doesn't. The Jelly Roll is by American Jane in the reproduction style. I had saved it for years to make this pattern, but just a little too busy. The pantograph is Bell Blossom. Nice. I like it. And the American Jane fabrics, this is typical. Kind of has an old-fashioned look to it because it's reproduction fabric. So here's another creation by Deborah, who makes the neatest, flattest quilts I've ever seen. Alright, that's it for this week. Let's get back to the video. Okay, lots of neat stuff as usual. Bags, quilts, all kinds of things, jackets. Quilting is a lot of different things. It's not just making quilts for beds. we make quilted everything. So that was a kind of a neat version, a lot of nice variety there in today's show. So thank you for sending those in, and I look forward to another batch of 10 next week. If you've never sent in a photo before, just check out the description box. There's instructions there on what you can send and what you can't send. So yeah, that's just pay attention to that, and you'll get on the big screen. This weekend, I'm going to go back to that first undone list that I mentioned earlier in the video and start doing some of that stuff. And I think I have nailed down a pattern for the fair quilt for next week using the Scrap Basket Favorites bundle that I have, and maybe I'll talk about that on Monday as well. So there's so much more that you can come back and watch next week to see what happens. I don't know still either what this coming Wednesday's video will be. I'm not running out of ideas. I'm just trying to use up some stuff that I see around that it's bugging me that it's still there. So that's kind of what's going on with this and this. So I'm going to continue to kind of get rid of some of the stuff that's hanging out here in this room, use it in a way that produces something, either a quilt or, you know, some smaller object. I want to get all of the extra stuff out of this room so I can have plenty of room to move around and add more fabric if the case presents itself. I've been doing really good with not spending too much on fabric, but doesn't mean I'll never buy fabric again. So yeah. All right, have a great weekend. I will see you back here on Monday, and then also Wednesday and Friday of next week. I will have shows for you. So enjoy yourself, spend some time in your sewing room, and I will see you soon. Bye.